Hey church, Pastor Trent here with another weekly update for you. And here's the thing that I'd like you to know this week. First, the most important thing, if you just look at some of the conversations we had as a community this summer, even talking about how do we restart things this fall and what's the most helpful thing from the church, those who consider themselves committed to Emmanuel Fellowship, what is the thing that helps us move forward? And what I said this summer, and I'm saying it here today, is that presence is the most helpful thing. And so what I want to do is encourage you this week to be present. I want to encourage you, invite you to be more faithfully present on Sundays. And I want to ask you to be faithfully present within a gospel community. Believe it or not, these two things are the most important things that we're doing this year. Gathering on Sundays for worship, growing together, experiencing God's presence as a community on Sundays, incredibly important for your soul and for our church. But then also, being known and knowing others in a gospel community, so essential. We cannot grow into mature disciples of Jesus, nor can we make disciples who are formed deeply and then live freely for Jesus unless we do these two things. And so my appeal to you is, hey, be present. Let that be sort of the desire of your heart. And if it's not the desire of your heart, ask the Lord for that desire. And know that it is the thing that serves our church. Now, what I want to do is highlight a few of the ways that some other people have been serving our church, just because I get to brag on them and also honor them in front of you, okay? So in the last, 4 to 6 weeks, there have been a few women who have jumped into the game in real practical ways, ministry-wise, just serving to meet a specific need, even for a particular project. And so what I'd like to do is just honor Erica Trundle, who's been the one pulling the strings behind the scenes in terms of all of our social media and some of the graphics, as well as helping a bit with the app that we use. It's been wonderful for her to volunteer her time and to work with her and even see her brain start to switch on and go, hey, we could do this better, and how would this serve our people, and what are we aiming at here? Such an incredible use of her gifts to serve our church community and advance our mission in that fashion. Number two, I'd like to honor Kaylee Kimbrell. She has jumped onto the kids ministry bandwagon, and she has served week by week back there while we're looking for some care workers to pay and to stipend week by week. And she's also done coordinating outside of that time. She's been thinking about the materials that we use on Sunday, how we organize the time. She's been gathering volunteers to serve in the interim. She's been a joy to work with as well. So I'm really grateful for Kaylee stepping into that role. And then the third person that I'd like to honor is Rebecca Barrick. Rebecca and a few others had noticed, hey, it looks pretty bare on Sundays. And the way that we're setting up doesn't quite portray the beauty that I know that we can create as a community. And so she was just like, hey, I'm willing to help out with that. And so Lauren Verrill has been coordinating with Rebecca, thinking about how do we design the stage in such a way that it's pleasing to look at, not distracting. And that project has been sort of moving forward and hopefully coming to completion here at the end of October as well. So, hey, there's always ways that you can serve with your gifts to advance the mission of a local church. And I just want to say thank you to those women and honor them in front of you all, as well as remind you that the most crucial thing for us and for our community is faithful presence, both in gospel community and on Sundays for worship. So hey, I hope that helps you gain a better, clearer sense of what's going on and what we are doing as a church. I will see you this Sunday for the third week in our Gospel-Centered Life series. Have a great week. I'll see you then.